Well, thank you guys so much for speaking with me today. I'm so excited for everyone to see the new season. Loved the first four episodes of it, and loved each of your guys' takes on your character. Obviously, we've seen Alex before in the first season, but this season, I really love the dynamic between Alex and Cole and their different takes on parenting. So, my question for both of you is, as a kid, which parenting style would you have preferred? Cole's intense, getting you to, your adulthood basically, or Alex's, which is slow down and remember to be a kid?
I had neither of them, and I prefer the one I had, which was kind of, and I mean this with due all respect to my dad and my stepmother, light neglect, I would say. It was sort of like very like 80s kind of like, I don't know, she'll be home at some point. It wasn't there wasn't like, no one was like overly hovering, and no one was, I pushed myself. I was an extremely like driven theater, whatever it was, horseback riding. And I sort of put enough pressure on myself that I think if anybody else had jumped on, I would have been stressed out. So I am neither. Josh?
I can definitely relate to that. I mean, I had a lot of freedom as a kid myself. And I was also highly motivated. I'm not sure. I think it was also because my parents were probably more like me than Lauren's characters. They both, my mom especially, pushed hard. She wanted me to excel, and if I was going to do it, I better be good at it. Type sort of parenting. But at the same time, she was never hovering. Or my dad. My dad was always like, "Just go for it, kid. Whatever your dreams are, go for it." So neither was super intense or hovering, but they did give us a lot of space. And I think there's something to be said about that. Maybe the more space you give your kids, the more that they can figure it out on their own. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out myself.
Did it make you, though, since obviously you both kind of lean more towards a freedom of expression as kids, when you were reading the scripts, make you kind of question the choices Alex and Cole were making?
Well,
I do sometimes feel like she treats, especially now that Brady and the character's older, I personally would leave him alone a little more. So sometimes I have to sort of like adjust my own, preference to like, this is someone who's very concerned. She's on her own. She's worried about him all the time. And, it's a character, but Brady in real life will be like, "You're so annoying." I'm like, "I know, I can't, there's nothing I can do." I try to not be annoying.
It's hard as a parent to not try to be overly concerned. I mean, you want the best for your kids, and you want them. It's such a paradox, because you know that they have to go through certain things: heartbreak, defeat, all the things that hurt. And at the same time, you do everything you can to help them sort of avoid it, but they have to go through it. Otherwise, they're just going to grow up to be soft, adaptive humans. And they have to be able to go through this stuff. So me as a dad, I sometimes have to be like, you know what? I got to let him go through it. He's going to have to go, get his feelings hurt, get banged up a little bit. I mean, these are things that we all go through. And as a parent, you got to like sort of let go and let that happen while still being a sort of a North Star for the kid.
What are you both hoping fans get from this new season?
I just think it's a lot of fun. It's a uplifting time to spend. The sports are fantastic. Josh is really funny and great. The kids are wonderful. It's just very warm. It's like a warm, positive world to live in. And, as in sports, somebody wins and somebody loses, but within that, you kind of learn something or hopefully feel something. And it's just a really sweet show.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that, if I were to compare it to the first season, it's probably a little bit more grown up, just by the nature of the kids having grown up quite a bit since the first season. It's probably a little bit more intense as far as some of the hockey. but funny. I think it's really funny. And I think that, these kids are truly talented, and Lauren's fantastic in it. And it's just it's a different vibe than what they did the first year. But I think that, like she said, it's a really fun, happy, emotional at times, an intense show.
Well, perfect. Thank you both so much for speaking with me. I'm so excited for everyone to see the new season.
Thank you.
Thank you.